Hello, guys. My name is Jorge Hernandez. I am your English tutor, and today we're going to talk about an interesting topic, which is countable and non-countable or uncountable nouns. When we talk about this topic, we can speak about food or different objects or different items in English. It's very, very common to use expression like how many, how much, or just many, much. But we have to be very careful when we use there is or there are, there was or there were, how many or how much, many or much, because sometimes we are not sure about when we have to do each one of them. So today we're going to do some exercises and we are going to explain about the correct or the appropriate use of these expressions or and the vocabulary related to this topic. I'm going to share with you my screen now. Let me do it. Share my screen now. You can look at my screen. And today is April the 15th, 2027. 2027, yes. And as always, we are here in the space called It's Time to Talk. Remember that this is a space created for you in order for you to speak, to try to speak. Unfortunately, many students don't have the time, I suppose, and can take advantage of this space. Because the idea, the goal of this time is to try to speak as much as you can. Okay? You can work on the ebook, you can work on the virtual campus, the virtual course. You can improve your writing, your reading, your listening. But this is the space created in order for you to try to improve your communicative skills, your speaking and your listening. Remember that those skills, listening and speaking, are very, very related. No? Both of them can be developed, can be improved through the practice, through the daily practice. So it's important for you to listen to the audios, to the movies, to the series, to the music, and speak. And speak. Okay. Okay, guys. So today is April 15, and we're going to start. As I have said, we are going to talk about count and uncount nouns. I don't know, maybe if we have time, we are going to look at the recipe. And then we are going to talk about how many and how much, when we have to use how many and when we use how much. Okay, we are going to do some exercises. Remember that these kind of exercises can be found in the ebook or you can find them on different websites. For instance, we're going to start with an exercise where you have to unscramble some words. We are going to find some letters, and you have to try to unscramble the word, taking into account that this vocabulary is related to food. Okay, to food. So, for instance, if we have these letters, and you can look at the picture, I know you can say that the word is fruit. Okay? Remember the pronunciation. We don't say fruit. No, we have to say fruit. Fruit. We don't pronounce the I in this word, fruit. Okay, look at the picture and look at the letters. Okay? Think about how to say arroz in English. Okay, if you know, the word is rice, like this, rice. Okay, rice. Now, this one, look at the picture. Okay, we have here a barbecue. And what do we eat in a barbecue? Okay, we can eat a lot of things in a barbecue, but what is the main dish in the barbecue? Okay, is meat. Meat, meat. Next, you can look at the picture and you can see some carrots, some lettuce, and other types of food. Okay, but the kind or the group of food we are talking about here are very common. Maybe most of people don't like to eat a lot, but the food's well known. Okay, when we go to the doctor says, okay, you have to eat this kind of products, this kind of food, this type of food. And this one is, remember, look at the word, and this is a very difficult word to pronounce in English. It's vegetable, vegetable, vegetable. Okay, next. Here you can see, and this is very common because this is a, a cognate. No? Remember that when we talk about cognates, it means words which are similar in Spanish and in English. Okay, you find or you look at the word and you know, okay, that's the meaning. You don't have to think a lot. You don't have to know too much vocabulary, because if you see, if you look the word, you understand what that word means. Okay, okay. So that's pasta, pasta, pasta. Here we have another very important beverage in our daily life. This is very important. I suppose all of us drink a lot this beverage. It's very common because you can drink it. You can drink it with coffee, with chocolate, with juices, and of course, is milk. This one, when we finish the lunch, when we finish the dinner, maybe we usually take slice or a piece of this one, no? A piece of cake or a slide of cake. Because when we say a piece of cake, we are trying to say that something is very easy. This one, I don't know, maybe mm, here it's not, it's okay, it's common to know the cheese, but there is not a very well-known tradition uh, around this product, this food. Okay, it's the cheese, no? Cheese. Now, this one, maybe we know this word. It starts with B, E, A, N, S, beans. But the most common translation of this word is frijoles, no? But as you can see here, beans are not only beans. Okay, this is another cognate. Okay, another cognate. You see the word and you understand what that word means. Here in Colombia, there is not a well-established tradition of this product, of eating this product in the breakfast. However, as a result of the globalizing, we have started to eat cereal in the breakfast, no? Maybe some years ago it was not very popular, this kind of product in the breakfast, but nowadays many people eat cereal in the breakfast now. This one, okay, it's the animal, no? The food on the animal, fish. Remember that fish and chips is a very traditional food in the UK. This one, I think that here in Colombia, it's one of the most traditional food. Maybe we eat this product, this food every day. And sometimes we eat this kind of product twice or three times a day. No? That's bread. When we use vegetable, we prepare the salad. The salad. Another cognate. You see salad and you understand what does it mean. Maybe it's not like ensalada in Spanish, no? But we understand that it's salad. Okay, this is another one. And here we find this is an example of a word which is used in Spanish. It's an English word, but it's used in Spanish every day. Okay, sandwich. And this one, maybe doctors don't like that people drink this beverage because of the sugar, no? Juice. Here we don't pronounce the I, no? We don't say juice, no. We say juice. And this one, what the rabbit eats, carrots. Okay. Remember that sometimes when we are trying to practice our vocabulary, we don't have to translate the word into Spanish. For example, we don't say carrots. Okay, carrots is zanahorias. No, maybe in order to practice, we can use a vocabulary. We can use some expressions, some sentences in order to explain the meaning of the word or say an example in order for people around us understand what does word mean. Okay, so for example, when we say carrots, and someone says, "What's that?" You can say, "Okay, what the rabbit eats." Okay, and maybe people can understand, and you are using English, and that's a good exercise. This one is another fruit. It's an apple. No, apple. Maybe we have a look at this word a lot of time because of the trademark, no? PC, laptops, cell phones. And this one, another beverage, which is the most common beverage around the world because everybody drinks water, everybody needs to drink water every day, no? Water. The last one. This one, what many people like, no? What children are fond of, ice cream, no? Two words, ice cream. Okay, guys, so we have finished. This is some vocabulary related to food, but it's very common to use food related to the topic. How many, how much? Okay, next, now we're going to continue. Let's see. We have here now some exercises related to count or uncount. Okay, count or uncount. And related to vocabulary, no? For example, butter. What is butter? This one. Now, you have an apple. This is an apple. You have to match the word with the picture, no? In this exercise. An orange. What is an orange? What is an orange? This one. This is an orange. Cake. We see cake. This is a cake. No? Juice. This one, an orange juice. Here we can see an orange juice. Beef. This is another word, or this is a synonym of meat. No? Beef or meat. Milk. This one is the milk. Ham. When we use, or when we prepare a sandwich, we use ham. A carrot. This one is a carrot. Remember what the rabbit eats. Cheese. This one is the cheese. Cheeseburger. Cheese sandwich. A cheese. A vegetable. Chicken. Okay, this one is a chicken. Remember that in English we say chicken, hen, rooster. There are different words. A potato. This one is a potato or a potato, no? You can pronounce. Bread. Well, let me see, where is the bread? This one is the bread I love bread. Rice. What Chinese prepare, what Chinese eat a lot. An onion. This one is an onion. We're about to finish. An egg. This one is an egg. We have three more. A biscuit or a cookie, no? You can say a biscuit or a cookie. Fish. This one is the fish. And the last one, let me see. Okay, we have finished. This is a good exercise. Remember that you can do the exercises in order to practice, no? In order to practice. Now we're going to continue with another exercise where we are going to try to classify in countable or uncountable. But we have to explain why some nouns, some people, things, items are countable and why some other items are uncountable. What is the difference between countable or uncountable? Okay, it's very easy. When you can count something, for instance, I have a computer. If I count the computers, 1 computer, 2 computers, 3 computers, 4 computers, it's countable. Okay? When we can't count an item, it's uncountable. For instance, 1 sugar, 2 sugar, 3 sugar, 4 sugar, no, that's not possible. You can say that. You can't say that. For instance, milk, 1 milk, 2 milks, 3 milks, 4 milks, no, that's not possible. So milk is an uncountable noun. Okay, tables, 1 table, 2 tables, 3 tables, 4 tables. Yes, perfect, you can say that. So here I'm going to explain this in Spanish in order to be very, very clear, very clear. It's important for you to understand clearly the differences between countable and uncountable. En español, cuando hablamos de cosas contables y no contables, es lo mismo que en inglés. Lo que se puede contar es contable. 1 mesa, 2 mesas, 3 mesas. Lo que no se puede contar es no contable. 1 agua, 2 aguas, 3 aguas, 4 aguas. Y aquí entonces explico la diferencia. Nosotros decimos que el agua es no contable porque no podemos decir 1 agua, 2 aguas, 3 aguas. No, lo que podemos contar son los vasos de agua, las botellas de agua, los galones de agua, ¿no? 1 vaso de agua, 2 vasos de agua, 3 vasos de agua, perfecto, son contables. Pero el agua en sí sola, no. ¿Ok? Cosa diferente de decir los balones, contable o no contable. Balones, balones, balones. Puedo decir 1 balón, 2 balones, 3 balones, perfecto, es contable, ¿cierto? Pero si yo digo aceite, 1 aceite, 2 aceites, 3 aceites, ¿contable o no contable? No contable. Yo cuento las botellas de aceite, 1 botella de aceite, 2 botellas de aceite. Cuento los galones de aceite, 1 galón de aceite, 2 galones de aceite. Okay? That's the difference between countable and uncountable nouns. Okay, so look at the pictures we have here, and we are going to try to classify some of them into countable and uncountable. For instance, we're going to start with the rice. Un arroz, dos arroces, tres arroces. ¿Qué será? Countable or uncountable? So it's uncountable. No podemos contar los arroces, ¿no? Tres arroces, cuatro arroces. No, that's not correct. Cherry, cereza. That this fruit is countable or uncountable. We can say one cherry, two cherries, three cherries. Yes. Onion, one onion, two onions, three onions. So it's countable. One carrot, two carrots, three carrots. Yes, that's right. Water, one water, two water, three waters. Agua no contable. No la podemos contar. Recuerden, contamos los vasos, contamos las botellas de agua, pero no el agua en sí. Tomato, yes, of course, countable. Sheep, this one. Sheep, when we are talking about technology, no? One, two, three ships, yes. Milk is uncountable. Tea is uncountable. The tea is not, you can countable. Sugar is uncountable. You can say one sugar, two sugar, three sugar. No. Maybe you can say 1 pound of sugar, 2 pounds of sugar, but what you are counting there is the pounds, not the sugar. Okay. Coffee, no sugar. No, it's not uncountable. It's not countable, so it's uncountable. Sorry. Cheese, uncountable. Snow, uncountable. Cucumber, countable. Chocolate, not countable. Dress, one dress, two dresses, three dresses, yes. Cookie, one cookie, two cookies, yes. Cream, no, you can't count the cream. Fruit, the word fruit. One fruit, two fruits, three fruits, yes. Grapes is another fruit, and you can count the fruits. The pear, you can count the pears. The eggs, you can count the eggs. The meat, you can't count the meat, no? One meat, two meats, three meats, no. You can count the pounds, 1 pound or 1 kilo of meat. Lemon, you can count. Potato, sandwich, one sandwich, two sandwiches. One share, two shares. Oil, you can count the oil. Fish. And here we have to say that when we say fish, the animal is countable. One fish, two fish, three fish. But when we are talking about the food is not countable. Okay. Then an apple, countable. The salt, not countable. The flowers, countable. The butter, you can count the butter. The juice, you can count the juice. The money, here we have to explain this. The money is not countable. You can say one money, two monies, three monies. No. You can count the coins or you can count the bills. One coin, two coins, three coins, perfect. One bill, two bills, three bills, perfect. Banana is countable. The bread is not countable, and a cup of something, not countable. Okay. Look at this. Maybe, I don't know, maybe we have a mistake here. Let me see. Yes, we have a mistake here. We have to change. The cups are countable. You can say one cup, two cups, three cups. And the fruit, you can count the fruit, the word fruit. Okay? Good. Now, let's continue, guys. Now we are going to talk, or we are going to do an exercise using a very useful expression in English. This one. Okay? Look at this. Okay, no, sorry. We are going to do something different here. I'm going to explain first. I'm going to explain. Let me see. This one. In English, we have these two expressions. There is and there are. Okay? There is and there are. What do these expressions mean? In Spanish, it means hay. hay del verbo haber, ¿no? Recordemos que en inglés, en español hay con H y con Y, hay solamente con la A y la Y, que es una expresión de dolor, ¿cierto? Hay un ahí, que es A, H y latina, que es el lugar ahí. Pero acá, we are going to use I with the meaning of haber. There is y there are. ¿Qué significa? Hay. Cuando vamos a decir que está presente o que está la existencia de algo, ¿no? For instance, this one, there is one computer on my desk. Hay un computador en mi escritorio. There is one TV in my bedroom. Hay un televisor en mi habitación. Okay? And we have here two examples with there are. There are two tables in my bedroom. Hay dos mesas en mi habitación. There are 30 chairs in my classroom. Hay 30 sillas en mi salón de clases. So, what is the difference between there is and there are? When we use there is, when we use there are, very common, very easy. There is when we are talking about only one thing. Only one thing. No more. So when we talk about something in singular, there is. When we talk about something in plural, when we talk about 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, we have to use there are. And as you know, in English, when we use is, it's for only one, and when we use are, it's for many things, for plural. No? So there is and there are means the same. There is and there are means the same. I. But when we are talking about only one thing, singular, we use there is. When we talk about plural, 2 tables, 30 chairs, we have to use are. Okay? Very easy. Now, besides the use of there is and there are, you can use the negative form. I mean, it's very easy. There is not, and that's all. There is not, and that's all. After the verb to be, we use the negative form, not. And here, there is not, no hay. There is not, no hay. Or here, there are not. There are not. And it's the same, okay? You have to take into account that there is for one thing, there are for many things. There is not one computer. No hay un computador. There are not 2 tables. No hay dos mesas. Okay? It's the same. So look at these examples and pay attention because this is the explanation, or this is the central idea. You have to identify the difference between singular and plural. We have to identify the difference between countable and non-countable. Okay? And that's the key of this topic. So there is singular, there are plural. In order to make negative sentence after the verb to be is not, are not. Okay, and that's very easy. Okay, now I'm going to do another sentence. For instance, I have here there is not. I'm going to change and I'm going to say a sentence like this. Okay, I'm going to change the possessive and I'm going to say like this. Is there one TV in your bedroom? What happens here? We are making a question, okay? We are making here a question. Look at the quotation mark. And what happens in the questions? Okay, so we have to change the order, okay? In affirmative and negative, the order is there is. There is. When we are going to make a question, we have to change the order. Is there? And that's all. And here is a question. ¿Hay un televisor en su habitación? In Spanish, it's a little different, ¿no? En español es un poco diferente porque hay un televisor en su habitación y hay un televisor en su habitación. Es la misma oración. ¿Qué es lo que cambia? La entonación, ¿no? En español la diferencia entre una oración afirmativa y una oración en pregunta es la entonación, ¿no? Cuando estamos afirmando, hay un televisor en su habitación, ¿cierto? Estamos afirmando. Cuando estamos preguntando, ¿hay un televisor en su habitación? Okay. So that's very typical in Spanish, the change of intonation of the words of the sentences. In English, we use sometimes, in order to make questions, we use we have to change the order of the sentence, or we have to use some auxiliary verbs. For instance, when we are going to make questions in simple present, we have to use do or does. When we are going to make questions in past simple, we have to use did, okay? And sometimes, like this one, we have to change the order. That is there. And it's the same with there are. If we are going to make a question, we are going to change. Are there 30 chairs in your classroom? And that's all. And that's the question. Are there 30 chairs? Okay. Now look at these, the questions, what we have here in this exercise. So we have a question and we are going to use are there or is there. Those are the two options. What we have to take into account if the nouns, if the items, the things we are talking about are singular or is plural or sorry, I changed my mind. If the items we are talking about are plural or is singular, no? Plural or singular. Here we're talking about penguins. Penguins are plural, so we have to use are. Another one. In this case, we are talking about rooster. Look at the picture and look at the sentence. Roosters. So roosters are plural. So are there. Alligator. Alligator. This is an alligator. It's only one. Not two, not three. It's only one. So is there. Any sea lions. Look at this. It's plural. So are there. This one, Guinea pig. So it's only one guinea pig. So it's there. 3 donkeys, plural. So are there. An eagle, only one is there. A rabbit, only one is there. Okay, don't pay attention to the picture because the pictures are not correct. The pictures are wrong. Any cooks of the rocks? Cooks of the rocks, plural. This exercise, the pictures are not the correct one, but here, yes. A Peruvian hairless dog. Dog, only one is there. Foxes. These are the foxes. In the picture, there are 2 foxes. Maybe we are talking about 3, 4, 5, so plural. 5 spectacled bears, plural, are there. A hippo, a hippo. This is very common. In these days, we are talking about a lot about hippos here in Colombia, no? A hippo is only one, so is a jaguar house, a jaguar is only one, so singular is there. And in order to finish, llamas are there because it's plural, and that's all. Okay, guys, let me see if we have here another exercise related to this topic or we have finished this. Okay, no, it's the same. The same, but there is another one, or let me see this. Okay. Now, this one we're going to do this exercise, and we are going to keep on studying this topic next week. So I'm going to invite you to try to be here with me in the next session, next Wednesday at 6 p.m. Remember, it's only 1 hour session, and in this hour, today I have to speak alone. But if you are here, I'm going to speak with you in English, of course, and maybe we are going to make some clarifications, or we are going to explain something in Spanish. But the idea is to try to speak in English all the time. So, guys, it was a pleasure for me to be here. I hope you can watch this video and take advantage of the material. Remember that these topics are taken from the ebook, and there you are going to find a lot of exercises, a lot of activities where you are going to practice this topic. And of course, when you are going to take the final exam, you are going to find some questions related to this topic, countable or uncountable things. There are, because it's very common and it's very useful for you to understand and to use this topic, these expressions in the appropriately. Okay, guys. So that's all for today. I hope we can see you next Wednesday at 6 p.m. Bye bye and have a good night.